All right, welcome everyone back to another video. So today we're actually going to go through trading supply and demand. So this is more of a breakdown on how to actually trade supply and demand. So this is more of a lesson than a breakdown. So let's get straight into it. Right, so the first thing we're going to go over is what is supply and demand. So in simple terms, all it means is supply is pretty much an area of selling and demand an area of buying. Okay, so you no need to overcomplicate it. It's very simple. Supply means an area for selling and demand an area for buying. Right, so now there is a few more components than that build supply and demand, but this is the general rule in simple terms. When we look at supply, this is basically just means that there is an increased level of selling pressure. While when we look at demand, this is pretty much what all it means is it's just an area with increased buying pressure, right? Now, when we want to look at supply and demand zones, one thing a lot of people struggle with is actually finding these areas. But to be fair with you, it's very, very simple. It's all it is you need to look at where are areas where buying pressure has come into the market, or where are areas where selling pressure has come into the market. And the way we identify this is very simple, right? Now, when we look at demand, look at this, right? We got demand here, demand here, demand here. Now, how do we know these are demand levels? Well, it's very simple, right? What did this demand cause? Okay, what did it cause? Well, look at these examples. Every single demand caused a break of structure, right? That demand caused the break of structure. So that tells us that there is good buying pressure in these areas. So you will see that time and time again, price will come down to these areas to then, rally off again. Same goes to supply, right? How do you know this is a valid supply area, right? Well, simple again is look for where we have an increase of selling pressure. Well, look at this, right? What did we get straight after that supply? Break a structure, right? Break a structure, break a structure. So time and time again, you will see that after these breaker structures, price will tend to come back to these supply zones. Now, not all the time, but it's a very common occurrence that happens is that price comes back to these supply zones to then, in this example, to sell off again. So very simple. No need to overcomplicate it. All you need to look for is demand, break a structure, demand, break a structure, demand, break a structure, which just is pretty much just making each one valid. Okay. So now, premium and discount pricing, right? So when price is moving in a range, this is what is known as price being accumulated or distributed. So when price is moving to the bottom of the range, this is where buyers step in to buy at discounted prices. Okay? And when price moves to the top of the range, this is where sellers sell at premium prices. Right? So what you need to remember is that you want to buy low and sell high, right? That's pretty much how it works with majority things. You want to buy low and sell high. Just like that, right? This is how the range works. You got your equilibrium in the middle, and you got your discounted and your premium pricing. So now when it comes to supply and demand, we have two types of chart patterns. Okay? So what are these two types of chart patterns that we're going to look at? So one is known as a reversal and the other is a continuation. Okay, so what do these consist of? So now the patterns consist of is now the reversal pattern is a rally base drop, okay, or a drop base rally. And then for continuation pattern, all this consists of is a rally base rally or a drop base drop. Now, don't worry, we'll go over these in just a sec. They're quite simple. You just have to see it visually. But this is pretty much what the two charts consist of, and this is pretty much what you want to focus on. So let's go through the reversal schematic first. Now, this is simply what the name suggests, right? A reversal of a trend direction, which can be considered as a new swing. So this is where price goes in one direction and then pauses or consolidates and then reverses to the opposite direction. Okay, so all you need to think about is price going in one direction and then reversing. So when we look at this in a schematic, this is pretty much what it looks like. So we have a rally, okay, we have a base, and then we have a drop, right? And that drop, right, what do we have? We have a supply zone. Now let's look at this even a little bit more in detail. We have a supply zone. How do we know this is valid? We had a breaker structure, price retraced back into it, you get entry, price sells off. Okay, very, very simple, right? No need to look at all these overcomplicated ways of supply and demand. That's something I struggled with, is a lot of people, they overcomplicate it. It's very simple, right? This is all you need to look at. Okay, now let's do the same for demand. What do we have? We have a drop, a base where price pauses and consolidates, a rally breaking structure, and then what does price do? It retraces back to that area of demand. Okay, and then price rallies off again. So yeah, very simple. All it's telling you is these are good areas for you to obviously get your entries from, and this schematic just tells you pretty much market structure. So very simple. Right, so here's an actual example of RBD, so rally, base, a drop. So what do we have? We have a rally, we have the base, and then we have a drop. Okay, and what do we remember about this base, right? What do we remember, right? This base caused a breaker structure, right? And what does that tell us? That there's increased selling pressure now in this scenario. So what do? We mark out supply. Look at what price does. It retraces, and what does it do? It reacts exactly off of that supply zone, and then it sells off. Right? Very simple, right? Price is attracted to that selling pressure, and then it sells off. Very, very simple. All right, next one. So this is DBR. So this is drop, base, rally. Okay, so we get a drop, a base, and then a rally. And what do we remember the base? This is increased buying pressure. So we marked an area of demand, and what did price do? Price retraced all the way back, tapped in, and then it rallied straight up. Very simple. So continuations. Now, this is simply what the name suggests. Again, a continuation of a trend direction, right? Very simple. So this is where price goes in one direction, then pauses or consolidates, and then continues in the same direction. So very simple, just like, you know, something you may already know about. For example, just an uptrend or a downtrend is pretty much that, right? We get price going up, creating high highs and high lows. Is pretty much all it is. Very simple. So this consists of a rally, base, rally. And again, what does this base do? It causes a breaker structure, telling us there's increased buying pressure. So price retraces and then rallies on. Then we have a drop, base, drop. Again, the base is just increased selling pressure, causing breaker structure. We then retrace and sell off. Very simple. So here's an actual example of it. What do we have? Right, we have the rally, a base that caused the breaker structure, and then a rally. What did price then do? Price came back in exactly, and look how precise it is as well, right? Price taps straight into that demand and rallies off. Okay, now let's look at a DBD. So this is a drop, base, drop. Again, price drops, a base causing a breaker structure, telling us selling pressure, and then another drop. What does price do? Retraces, taps straight into this zone, and starts to sell off. So as you can see, it is very precise, and it actually tells you where can you enter, right? It also tells you market structure. There's no need to overcomplicate this stuff, right? Keep it simple. It is very, very easy. Right, so now coming onto the charts, what can we have a look at? So the first things we want to obviously look at is how is price moving, right? So that's one thing you always want to pay attention to, is how is price moving, what direction I'll be going on. But again, that isn't a deal breaker. Like the way I trade is, I don't tend to, always just look at bias and just take those. I tend to sort of bounce between supply and demand zones as well. With other confluences, I can also swing the market too. Now, when we look at this, right, let's start from the left, right? what do we see? Look at this example, right? We get a rally, we get a base, we get a drop. What do we get after the drop? Price retraced back. What could you have easily done? You could have easily had your position right here, right? Look at that, right? Well, you could have obviously held it to a 5 risk reward. Like 5 risk reward, right? Just like that. That's simple. Next one. Look at this. A rally, base. Then what did we get? A rally. Okay, this is just a continuation schematic. And then what do we get? Price comes back. Look at where we react from. Okay, then price rallies again. What do we get here? Rally, base, drop. What does price do? Price comes in, reacts, and sells off. What happens here? We get a rally, base, drop. What does price do? Price reacts, drops. So when you look at it like that, it is very, very simple, right? Obviously, there's still more confidence you want to add into this. But again, this is the base of your strategy, right? This is what matters the most. Because if this doesn't work, whatever you add onto it won't work either. So you need to make sure that you have the base correct. So that is what supply and demand is. No need to overcomplicate it. Very simple. But yeah, except from that, guys, if there's anything else you want me to go over, you know, whether it's what are my other confluences, if it's Wyckoff, just make sure to obviously comment down below. If you have any actual questions, you could obviously DM me on my Instagram. I'm more than happy to reply to you. But yeah, except from that, make sure to obviously subscribe for you know, for future content. If you like the video, like the video. But except from that, have a great week trading, and I'll catch you guys later.